Hi, welcome back, guys, to the Andrew Delich podcast. I'm Andrew Delich, just like the name of my podcast. So today, guys, it's been quite some time I didn't do one. Reality check number 18. I'm thinking about in the future maybe bringing some people on to do the reality checks with me, myself, just like I do with football. But for now, I'm going to be alone again. But let's see for the future. I'm going to probably have some guests on, and it's going to be better, more content for my reality checks. Okay, so first topic for this reality check number 18. So most of you guys saw what happened at the Coldplay concert with the CEO of a big company. I forgot what was the name. I have it at the tip of my tongue. I forgot the name, but he's the CEO of a big company, and he was caught having an affair. Well, he wasn't caught having an affair, but he was caught cuddling with the head of human resources of his own company. And so he's married, he has kids, so he was caught by cameras while attending a Coldplay concert. He was caught, so basically cheating on his wife. And I just want to say, I forgot his name. What's his name? Fuck, I forgot to write his name. Let's call him Jeff. Let's say his name is Jeff. So Jeff, let me give you a quick little message. Now, of course, if there's any girls watching this, I don't promote people cheating on their wives, on their spouses. I don't promote it. But right now, if I'm being rational, I'm just going to give Jeff and other cheaters, I never cheated on anyone. I don't promote cheating, and I don't condone cheating on your significant spouse. And I never cheated on anyone. None of my girls that I had, girlfriends, whatever, I never cheated. So having said that, let me say the message to Jeff. Jeff, if you want to cheat on your wife, first of all, you got to be way smarter than that, bro. You're bringing her to a concert. Now, of course, I understand you guys were in a private suite, whatever. But like it or not, you brought her to a Coldplay concert out in public. So anyone could see you. Anyone could take a picture of you. Anyone could film you. Now, of course, you're not famous, so people would less likely be tempted to take a picture of you or film you, whatever. But let's say someone would just take a random ass picture and you're in the background, and somehow that person knows your wife, and your wife sees that picture and she sees you cheating on her with your mistress. Let's say her name is Wendy. Wendy, why? I don't know. It just came out top of my head. Let's call her Wendy. So Jeff, if you want to cheat on your wife with Wendy, you got to be way smarter than that. Now it's over, bro. It's never maybe you're going to marry her. Maybe you guys are going to get married. You're going to get divorced with your current wife and get married with Wendy. I don't know, but you got caught. And my only pointer to you is, bro, if you want to cheat, just like the Shaggy song says, if you want to be a player, you need to know how to play. Same goes for you. If you want to be a player, if you want to cheat on your wife, you need to know how to play. This was your rookie mistake, broski. You brought her to a Coldplay concert out in public in front of, let's say, 90,000, 100,000 people. And bro, this is bad luck a little bit, but you're a cheater, so maybe some could argue that maybe you deserve it. This is bad luck, but still, broski, if you want to cheat, do it smartly. And if you want to be a player, you need to know how to play. Shout out Shaggy. Goddamn, bro. Okay, next topic. So, of course, there's been many talks right now, the WNBA women players asking for more money because they feel like they're getting underpaid and they deserve more money. So, before a game, warming up, all the female players in the WNBA, they wore a T-shirt that said, "Pay us what you owe us." So here you can see the shirt. And of course, women in the WNBA, they feel like they don't get paid enough. Dave Portnoy expressed his feelings regarding this, and he stands with the WNBA players. He feels like they should get paid more and that they do deserve more. Now, my opinion regarding this is, if they bring in more revenue, give them more money. If they don't bring in more revenue, don't give them a salary. Don't give them a raise, Don't give them a raise. If they don't bring in more revenue than what they used to bring in. Because at the end of the day, the reason why men get paid more than women, it's not because they're men. It's because they generate more money. They generate more views. They're more popular around the world. But in general, they just generate more money. And when you generate more money, you get more money. When you get more money, you make more money, whatever. But that's why. But like I said, Dave Portnoy, maybe he has more stats and facts regarding this. So that's why maybe he stands with them, because he saw that they do generate more money nowadays. But from what I saw, from what I know, from my basic common knowledge, they don't generate more money than what they used to. They don't generate that much money. People don't really watch WNBA. The only time someone will watch WNBA, it's if like your daughter plays in that league, your wife, your sister, your cousin, your close friend, someone you know, or relative, whatever. But I never watched a WNBA game. I'm never going to watch a women's NBA game. It's never going to happen. I'm sorry. I'm not being sexist. I'm just saying it's never going to happen. It's boring. And this is one thing I always used to say, compare it to. When women in sports complain that they don't make as much as men do, let's take modeling for an example. Male models don't make as much as female models. Not even close. It's like miles ahead. Women models are miles ahead in getting paid than male models. There's a huge difference between those two professions. It's two completely different professions. Now, of course, they remain modeling, but the pay gap is so huge that it's basically like if it's two different professions. And you hear no man complaining about that. Why? Because we know women models generate more money than male models, right? I can maybe name like one male model, David Gandhi. I heard of him once because I heard like he was the highest paid male model. He's British. But I can name you many female models. Why? Because they're way more famous. They're way more powerful, way more influential. They generate way more money. And they're way more famous. I can name Irina Shayk, Bombshell. I'm Gisele Bündchen, Tom Brady's ex-wife, Brazilian, Bombshell. Adriana Lima, Bombshell. What was it? Kendall Jenner, and many others. So that's the reason. Women models generate way more money than male models, and that's why they get paid more. Same goes for any profession on planet Earth where there's a divide between men and women, like sports, modeling, and top of my head, I don't know what else would divide people based on their gender, based on their sex, but sports and modeling is one of them, and you can see the difference between those two. So like I said, if they generate more money than what they used to, they should get paid more than what they were used to getting paid. Okay, so this is a message to all my content creators out there, all my artists trying to make it big, all my whatever, but in general, content creators and artists. So I hate it personally. I'm considered as a content creator, a podcaster. I create content online, and never will I ask for someone to share my clip, for someone to like my content, for someone to comment on my content. I'm never going to ask my friends to do that. Why? Because if my content is good enough, people are going to do it without me asking them to do it. That's what your goal should be. That you make such good content that people are liking your shit, people are commenting on your shit, people are sharing your shit, people are watching your shit without you having the need to ask your close relatives, your close friends, your parents, whoever, to like, comment, share, whatever, to give attention to your content. So that's why people, and I see many times on social media, people who are content creators or artists asking for people to share their content, like their content, comment, whatever, just pay attention to their content, but they're not putting in any effort to make their content better than what it actually is. And another little message, if your content isn't getting the attention you want it to get, reality check, it's not good enough. It's the only reason. It's not the algorithm. It's not because the world is against you. It's not because people hate you or hate on you. It's just because your content, the quality of your content isn't good enough. That's the only and sole reason why. So I just wanted to get out off my chest, because me, myself, as a content creator, I understand, and I personally never asked anyone to share or like or comment or give unwanted attention to my content, because I know that if I want to garner attention for my content, I need to make it as the best quality possible. And that's when I will get the attention that I am seeking for my content. So, little reality check to all my content creators out there, even all my artists. If you're making music, you're painting shit, an actor, as long as you do content online, don't ask for attention. Go and get your attention. Grab life by the balls. Make your content attention worthy. That's my message to content creators. Okay, next topic. Okay, so recently, guys, on Instagram, there was like a clip of Mark Carney, our new prime minister. Jesus Christ, why is he? That's another debate for another day, for another reality check, for another episode. But yeah, Mark Carney, he's our prime minister. He won fair and square. And there's like a video of him asking a guy on the street, oh, are those fresh donuts? Can I have one? Then he takes one and blah, blah, blah. Everyone's laughing. And the clip ends there. It's like a 10-second clip. Nothing big, nothing extravagant, nothing crazy, right? But I, being the troll I am, I commented, this is the gayest prime minister we ever had. And then that comment went viral. It got like 5,000 likes. Like 500 people replied to it. And of course, it was either people bashing me or agreeing with me. And everyone who was agreeing with me, they would all say, I'm not sure because I think Justin Trudeau is more gay than Mark Carney. Now, the topic for right now, I gave a little bit of insight. The topic is who's gayer as Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau or Mark Carney? It's a difficult topic. They're definitely top two, both of them, as the gayest prime ministers Canada has ever had. They're definitely top two. So it's either between Mark Carney and Justin Trudeau. I wrote in that comment that he's the gayest prime minister we ever had, but I think Justin Trudeau is gayer than Mark Carney. Now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm sitting down on my podcast, thinking rationally and actually going a step further, thinking about it, I think that Justin Trudeau trumps Mark Carney in the gayness charter, the gayness level, however you call it. I feel like Justin Trudeau is probably the gayest prime minister we ever had. But if he's first, Mark Carney is for sure a definite number two. And then number third, probably Stephen Harper. I mean, he's conservative, but I mean, that guy had like no personality. He was so fucking boring. No, he's not gay. He's just boring as fuck. He's not cool. He's just like really uncool. It's like Stephen Harper is the opposite of cool, while Justin Trudeau is the gayest prime minister we ever had, and Mark Carney is the second gayest prime minister we ever had. Now, I have many friends. No, actually, I don't. No, actually, all my friends voted conservative or they just didn't vote. Some of them voted Bloc Québécois, Parti Québécois. Others voted PPC. I would have voted PPC, actually, side note, but I knew that there's no chances of them winning, so that's why I voted for Pierre Poilievre, conservative. But if I would have known that somehow someone would have told me, you know what, Andre, PPC are going to have winning chances, fighting chances, I would have voted PPC, Maxime Bernier. In my opinion, he's the best politician we have right now in Canada. He makes the most sense. So yeah, people think he's far right. He's just like middle right. Pierre Poilievre is like middle, and then the Liberal Party is like left. That's how I see it. Like Maxime Bernier with his PPC party, he would be like a soft conservative in America. He would be a soft conservative. But here, since in Canada, I'm Canadian, but I have to say we have many pussies. We have many soft people here in Canada. He's considered like a far right, Maxime Bernier and his party PPC. I mean, those people are just fucking crazy leftists, woke leftists. And that's my opinion. He's not even close. But to get back to the main argument about who's gayer between Mark Carney and Justin Trudeau, now thinking about it rationally, actually taking the time to dissect it and debate it in my mind between those two, Justin Trudeau is number one, Mark Carney is number two. Okay, next topic. Okay, so yeah, in general, in life, we should all be a little bit nicer to each other. Now, I know I was talking about prime ministers being who's gayer between one another, but in general, we should all be a little bit nicer to each other. Once I saw, like, was it a video or was it a piece of content or maybe it was on a podcast, a nurse who has like 40 years experience in her domain, and she interviewed basically all throughout her career many people close to before they were dying. And they all said, like, one pointer that they had for the world and for humanity in general is that we should all be a little bit nicer to each other. I agree. I feel like kindness is strength. Many people see it as a weakness. I see it as a strength. I don't understand how people can see it as a weakness. For me, kindness is pure strength, is the ultimate strength in life. And I agree with that. I mean, I don't agree with the nurse, but I agree with those people who are close to the age of dying, and all of them said that we should all be a little bit nicer to each other. I feel like the world is never going to miss out on kindness. It's never going to be like we have too much kindness in this world, right? There's never going to be too much of that. You can never have too much kindness. Kindness is always good. Now, of course, don't be naive. There's a difference between being kind and being naive. That's where people mistake those two. They intertwine those two. They feel like being kind means being naive. It's two completely different things. Well, as the quote in the Bible goes from Matthew 10:16, it says, I'm sending you out as a sheep amongst wolves. Therefore, be innocent as a dove, but be cunning as a snake. So always be innocent, be kind, be a good person, but be smart. Don't let other people fool you. Don't let other people take advantage of you. Don't let other people treat you like shit. Always be smart. Don't be naive, but always be kind. So like I said, being kind and being naive are two completely different things that have nothing to do with each other. You can be a really bad person and be naive. It happens. You can just have real bad manners, be really bad-hearted, have bad intentions towards other people, and still be naive because you're just dumb. You don't see shit for what they are. So, but you can also be a really kind person, just like Jordan Peterson, and be hella smart and be so smart that no one can fuck around with you. No one can fool you. No one can take advantage from you because you see everything happening 3 steps ahead. So that's the difference. There's a huge, huge difference between being kind and being naive. I would always tell everyone to be kind, and I would never, ever tell anyone to be naive. Don't be naive. And don't think that if you act naive, you're acting kind. That's not how it works. And don't think that if you're acting kind, you have to be naive. Like I said, two completely different things, being kind and being naive. Next topic. Okay, so recently, Whoopi Goldberg, for people who don't know, she's like a media personality. I think she was an actress also in America. She's a black woman who lives in America, from America. She's American. And recently, on a talk show on television, she said that it's harder to be a black person in America than a woman in Iran. So let me say my opinion and what I feel like the reality is. Now, if I ask myself this question, is it harder to be a black person in America than it is to be a white person in America? In general, yes, that's a fact, right? Now, of course, there's circumstances. There's case-by-case evaluations that make it different. Let's say LeBron James' son, Bronny James, right? He's black and he's in America. But he still has more advantages than I do. Even though I'm white, even though I'm Canadian, he still has more advantages than I do. Why? Because his dad is fucking LeBron James, a multi-millionaire. His dad is probably going to be a billionaire, just like Michael Jordan. And his dad is so famous. So is Bronny James now. So not only skin color will decide how your life will be like, but in general, like I said, yes, black people have it harder in America, in North America, than white people. That's a fact. But to get back to what Whoopi Goldberg said, that's a crazy statement, Whoopi Goldberg. You're going to say that right now on paper, like it or not, on paper, black Americans have all the same rights as white Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, Serbian Americans, you name it. They all have the same rights on American soil. That's a fact. In Iran, women legally, on paper, black on white, are not allowed to, now I don't know everything that they're not allowed to do, but at the top of my head, they're not allowed to drive a car. They're not allowed to go to school. They're not allowed to have high position level jobs. If even they're allowed to have jobs, I'm not sure, but one thing's for sure, they're not allowed to have high position, powerful jobs like politicians, big businessmen, even if, I don't know if they have businesses in Iran now under the Islamic regime. I'm not sure. But all of that in Iran is written on paper, black on white. In America, black on white, everyone now in 2025, we all have the same rights. We all have the same freedoms. We all have the same liberties. We're all equal on paper. Now, of course, like I said, it is harder to be in general a black person than for a white person in America. It's hard to be a black person than a white person in America in general. Like I said, there's also the example of Bronny James having it easier than I do, even though I'm white and he's black. So there's many circumstances and case-by-case evaluations. But in general, yes, it is harder. But Whoopi Goldberg, that's a crazy statement. If she would have said it's harder to be a black person in America than a white person, I would have 100% agreed. But to say it's harder to be a black person in America than it is to be a woman in Iran nowadays, that's fucking ludicrous, man. Holy shit. That's a ludicrous take, man. Okay, so let me translate gambling/gambler language. So every time I go to the casino with my friends, I'm not a big gambler. Not that I hate gambling. I don't hate gambling, but I don't get the thrill out of gambling. When I gamble, I don't get thrill. I just get stressed because I don't want to lose my fucking money. I know at the end of the day, I'm not dumb. I know the house always wins. And the reason why casinos are so profitable and the reason why in Canada, or maybe it's just Quebec, I'm not sure if it's the whole of Canada, but I'm pretty sure that in Quebec, only the government is allowed to own casinos. Why? Because it's such a big money maker that they want all that money. Now, I'm not sure if in Ontario is the same or in BC or Alberta, whatever, but in Quebec, where I reside, it's only the Quebec government is allowed to own and operate casinos on Quebec soil, Quebec territory. But to get back to the main argument, so let me translate gambler language. When someone says to you, oh, you bro, I'm up at the casino, and he's a regular gambler, that means he's down. You know what I mean? Up is down, down is up, left is right, right is left, gay is straight, good is bad, bad is good, straight is bad, straight is up. I don't know. I lost myself, but that's how gambler language works, okay? So please send this to a gambling addict. Now, for a gambling addict listening to this, don't think you're fooling anyone. We all know what the truth is. You're down at the casino. You're all down, every single one of you. You guys are all down at the casino. If you're a regular goer, the only way you can win at the casino is if you play poker, only play poker, and somehow you're like fucking good and you win like more than 50% of the time. And the amount you win is greater than the amount you lose altogether. Then you're up. But if you're a regular casino goer, you play blackjack regularly, you play war, or you play on the zone, wherever you play, if you're a regular casino goer, you're down. And the more average regular casino gambler tries to convince you that he's up, the more down he is. So another explanation. If he says, yeah, bro, you know what? I'm up. That means, yeah, bro, I'm a bit down. If he says, yeah, bro, I'm up, that means, yeah, bro, I'm down. If he says, yo, bro, I'm a fucking king of the casino, that means, bro, I'm a fucking peasant of the casino. You know what I mean? It's exponential. So the crazier he talks about him being up, the crazier he actually is down at the casino. You know what I mean? And the only other way you can be up at the casino is if you go once, you put $20 in one hand, you win that hand, and you get the fuck out of there, and you never come back. So that's also one of the other ways that a person can be up at the casino. Any other way isn't true. If he's a regular casino goer, it's not true. All my gambling addicts, my casino addicts right now, I'm talking to you. I'm looking at you dead in the eye right now. I'm looking at your soul. You're not fooling anyone. At the most, you're not fooling me. That's 100% sure. So, of course, when you're going to say it around me, I'm just not even going to pay attention. I'm just going to be like, yeah, of course. Yeah, you of course you're up. But you're not up. If you go regularly, there's no way you're up. So there you go, guys. I just translated gambler language. It's as simple as that. And I hope it helps you in the future. I mean, it won't even really help you. It's just like funny because we all have friends. And every single time I ask someone who's a regular gambler who's a regular casino goer, they all say, oh, I'm up at the casino. If everyone is up, how the fuck is the casino making money? They should be bankrupt right now, right? They're losing money. Everyone's up. The reason why the casino is such a... Why is my dad calling me? The reason why the casino is such a money maker is because everyone, literally almost everyone, like 99.999% of people are down at the casino. Alô? Alô? Da, što?
Otišao pa da.
Ne, ja radim podcast sada. Since I'm live. Okay. Ciao. So that was my dad. Spoke in Serbian. Oh, and speaking of Serbian, Mia Tomanic, you said you were watching my full episodes. We're 25 minutes in. If I'm being honest, when you told me that you watched my full episodes, I was like hesitating. I believed you like 50-50. I'm like, who really watches the full episodes? They're like 1 hour, 1 hour and a half. Sometimes they're like 2 hours. Sometimes they're even close to 3 hours. But hey, we're going to see each other Friday for the Parasol event. So 25 minutes in, let's see if you watch this episode. Shout out Mia Tomanic, la plus belle fille de Gatineau. Shout out Mia Tomanic. Comme je dis, de loin, la plus belle fille de Gatineau. Shout out à tous ses amis qui écoutent ça. Elle m'a dit que elle mettait ses épisodes pendant qu'elle faisait les ongles, puis whatever, avec les ongles, I guess, puis les cils, je sais pas, pour vrai, j'ai aucune idée qu'est-ce qu'une esthéticienne a fait. Mais qu'elle faisait ça avec ses clientes. Fait que 25 minutes in, 26, whatever. Si vous entendez ça, shout out. Okay, so let me get back to my reality check. So like I said, I talked about this many times on my podcast. I said how, yes, social media has many downfall. Like they have many cons, right? Social media, it does. It's a fact. But they also have a lot of fucking pros. And they have way more pros than cons, in my opinion. Now, of course, some of those cons can be really severe, really dangerous, and really big, right? Like stupid TikTok trends, which result in the death of minor children, of young children. That's really sad. That's a big con. But, I mean, like I said, there are many cons, but the pros outweigh the cons when it comes to social media. And I feel like social media is exponential, meaning that as big as it is right now in 2025, in the last 10 years, if you compare social media at 2015 and social media at 2025, a huge difference, man. In 2015, not everyone had Instagram. Not everyone was on YouTube. Not everyone was listening to podcasts, to live streamers, to vloggers, to content creators in general. Not everyone, right? That's a fact. But nowadays, it's like everyone's on Instagram. Everyone knows what's happening on social media. Not everyone, of course, some people are like fucking monks. They don't even have fucking Wi-Fi, like the Amish people or whatever. But in general, the people we know, everyone's so big on social media. And I feel like social media is only gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger and exponentially. Meaning that for the past 10 years, how it grew, the next 10 years is gonna grow at an even higher rate and an even rapider rate than what it did in the past 10 years. That's how I feel like social media is. And here I have a little bit of a history behind social media, just so it gives you guys a little bit. Of course, I was curious how social media, when it started, how it started, why it started, which apps, which platforms were like the first, and how everything began. So the social media era begins in the early 2000s. In 2002, it started with Friendster. Friendster launched, emphasized connecting with friends of friends. Then in 2003, MySpace and LinkedIn launched. MySpace became hugely popular among teens and musicians. And 2004, damn, kind of early. Facebook was launched at Harvard with Mark Zuckerberg and his colleagues. Originally only for college students. For people who don't know, in the beginning, Facebook was an app for men to rate which woman is hotter at his university, at Harvard, right? It was like, if I remember, I watched a movie where they explained how Facebook was created. And it was, Facebook in the beginning was, there's two women, the faces of two women, and men go and say which woman is hotter. I mean, of course, knowing human nature, of course, it started off with sex. I mean, the first job to ever exist was prostitution. The first human job to ever exist was prostitution, which makes sense that sex for social media was like one of the first. That's what Facebook, I mean, it's not, Facebook wasn't literally for sex, but it was for women beauty. So it's kind of like for sex. So yeah, 2004, Facebook was launched at Harvard. 2005, YouTube was founded, introduced video sharing as a major form of social interaction. And 2006, Twitter launched, bringing microblogging to the mainstream. Then modern social media, which is considered from the 2010s to present. In 2010, Instagram was launched. Oh, okay, I didn't know Instagram. Okay, kind of early. Instagram launched. I guess it became popular mostly like 2013, 14, if I'm not mistaken. I remember having my first Instagram, not kind of 17, maybe 18. Yeah, a bit later. But I think when I was like in 2015, 2016, I think that's where like all my friends were getting and all the people around me were getting Instagram. But before that, it was only Facebook. I grew up with Facebook mostly, and Facebook was like our first platform. 2011, Snapchat launched, introduced ephemeral content. 2016, TikTok, originally as Musically in the West, began rising. Short form video becomes dominant. That's true. Nowadays, it's all about clip farming. It's all about clips. If you want to get famous, it's all about if your clips will get views on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. When you think about it, just ask yourself, how many live streams did you watch, the full live stream? I didn't watch one. And I know about IShowSpeed. I know about Kai Cenat. I know about Aiden Ross. I know about Duke Dennis, Phantom, Marlon, Lacey. I know about all of them because, like it or not, they're constantly on my fucking For You page on Instagram and TikTok. But I never literally watched one of their live streams on Twitch or on YouTube. I never did. Why? Because I'm like, fuck, it's 4 hours and it's not really a type of content I consume. I'm 25 years old, so maybe I feel like it's more for younger people, live streaming. That's how I feel that type of content is. But I do consume a lot of podcasts, like full episodes, not only clips, but still altogether, if I compare which one I saw more, clips of podcasts or episodes of podcasts being the content creation form that I watch the most, that I consume the most, I still watched way more clips than episodes. And I did watch a lot of episodes, and I still to this day I watch many episodes to perfect my craft, to get better at it, and just to get ideas and to see how, let's say, Jay Shetty does his podcasts, Chris Willix, Chris Williamson, Joe Rogan, Andrew Schultz, and many other podcasters. So I watch them. I even watch Alex Cooper, the host of Call Her Daddy. No, it's not really my cup of tea. It's more for women. It's about sex, relationship, whatever. But the only reason I watch is because I want to see how she does it. Like or not, Alex Cooper is a huge podcaster. She's fucking huge. She's the most listened to podcaster by women. She's the most listened to podcaster by women. That's fucking huge. She makes like, I think she just signed a new deal with Sirius XM where she gets paid like fucking, I think the contract was like 160 million for 3 years. So, I mean, if you do the math, that's like a little bit more than $50 million a year just to be on Sirius XM, which is fucking crazy. But her podcast, Call Her Daddy, is fucking huge. So I watch all types of content. But to get back to the main argument is that even if podcasts are the content that I consume the most, I still saw way more clips of Joe Rogan, whoever, than I did of his actual full episodes. So that's why nowadays, clips, it's all about clips. If you get big on clips, people are going to be tempted to watch your episode. Even if I speak from experience, all my episodes that garnered the most attention on YouTube, on Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, meaning their full episodes, is because a clip of that episode went viral, and then people want to go see that episode because the clip went viral. So like I said, clip farming nowadays is really important. Now, clips isn't the most important thing. Actually doing podcasts, perfecting your craft, and actually sitting down and talking with guests or alone, or expressing your thoughts, your feelings, your whatever, or just interviewing a guest or having fun with guests like I do with Hassan and whoever when we talk about football, that still remains the most important. But making clips is definitely number 2, and it's really close to the first one. It's really, really fucking important. And like I said, making clips is hugely important for anyone who wants to get big on social media. No matter what type of content you do, if you do podcasts, live streaming, vlogging, Q&As, vox pops, fucking gym content, fitness content, nutrition content, I don't know what fucking mechanic content, selling cars content, selling houses content. It's all about clips and short form on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. It's all about that, man. What's the other topic? Okay, yeah. So this I saw on the social media, and I agree 100%. Parents should be charged with child abuse for kids who are obese. I agree 100%, man. Like it or not, before a kid reaches the age of, let's say, like 15, 16, 17, he mostly doesn't decide what he's going to eat. If your child is obese at the age of 12, you should get charged with child abuse, man. That's so unhealthy for him. There's no doctor's going to say, oh, that's really healthy for your kid. That's so fucking unhealthy being obese. That's fucking unhealthy. So you should be charged with child abuse. If I'm being honest, that may seem harsh for some people, but hey, it's a reality check. We're saying it how it is. It's a red pill fucking episode. I don't know. I know red pill nowadays. The red pill community is popping. I just said it for fun, but it's the Andrew Delich podcast, and it's a reality check right now. So I'm saying it how it is. Parents whose kids are obese should get charged with child abuse. That's one of the worst things you can do for your kids. You're setting them up for failure for the rest of their lives. They're gonna get bullied at school, made fun of at school. Their confidence levels are gonna be so low. They're gonna have no. They're going to be dependent on food. They're going to be dependent on short-term dopamine hits. They're going to have no discipline. They're going to be lazy fuckers. They're going to have no confidence, like I said. And they're going to probably not going to get any girls. And if they do, it's not going to be many. And it's going to be not the toppest of qualities. I hate to say it like that, but it's a fact. And they should be charged for child abuse. And now, talking about obesity, I have some stats here regarding North America, regarding obesity amongst children in North America. So first one is United States. The prevalence is 1 in 5 children ages from 2 to 19 are obese. And that's about 20.7% of not of the population, but of the children, and which is roughly around 15 million children. By age group, according to the CDC, which is the National Health Center in America, ages 2 to 5, 13% are obese from the ages of 2 and 5. 20% are obese from the ages of 6 and 11. And 22% are obese from the ages of 12 to 19. Obesity is a big, big problem nowadays. It's killing kids and people way quicker than many other things. It's a real big epidemic that's happening right now in North America especially, and in the Western world more than, let's say, in Africa, Asia, or South America even. And I mean, it's just sad, man. It's sad that and like it or not, also children, when you're young, you tend to mimic your parents, what they eat, how they act, how they talk, how they dress, how they interact with others, their mentality, their way of living, whatever. But how they eat is a big factor. And when you're young, you don't know much. You're dumb as fuck. You have no knowledge. And you're easily influential. You're very easy to influence. And like I said in the beginning, man, parents should be charged with child abuse for kids who are obese. And now if I go to Canada, it's smaller than America, which I'm not surprised. About 13% of children and youth aged 15 to 17 are obese. An additional 20% are overweight. So not obese, but overweight. But still, man, that's a huge thing. That means that around 1 in 3 kids in Canada is either overweight or obese. 1 in 3, man. I'm happy that, the majority isn't. 2 and 3 aren't, but still 1 in 3, that's a lot. That's like 33.3%, man. That's a lot. This translates to approximately 1.6 million Canadian children affected. Now, to finish off with North America, in Mexico, for people who don't know, Mexico is in North America. In Mexico, child obesity is even higher than in the US. I think Mexico has the highest obesity rates on planet Earth, and also childhood obesity. About 35% of children aged 5 to 11 are either overweight or obese. Adolescents aged 12 to 19 are approximately 38% are overweight or obese. Now, if we look at the stats combined, North America, across the US, Canada, and Mexico, it's estimated that 30 to 35 million children and teens are overweight or obese. The regional average obesity rate for children is roughly 20 to 30%, depending on age and country. Sad, man. Okay, so guys, let's jump into the next topic. So recently I watched the movie Subservience with Megan Fox and the Italian actor Michel Morone, however you say his name, with those two. First of all, Megan Fox was a bomb in that movie, like she always is. Michel Morone, also, no homo, but also. And that movie is about AI. So for people who didn't watch that movie, Megan Fox plays an AI robot in that movie. And basically what the movie is about is Michel Morone in that movie, he's a father and a husband. His wife is in the hospital. She's like close to dying, but maybe there's hope or whatever. And they have a kid. Michel Marone and his wife in that movie, they have a kid. They have a daughter, like 8 years old, whatever. And once the daughter and the dad, Michel Marone, they go to this like superstore and they're shopping, whatever. And then they decide to buy an AI robot, which is Megan Fox in that movie. And that robot's sole purpose, she says it many times across the movie, she goes and sees Michel Marone and she says, my sole purpose is to serve you. In all types of way. Like, it gets crazy, it gets sexual. I mean, of course it was going to happen, but in all types of way, she's there to serve him. So making food, she's there. Cleaning the house, she's there. Helping kids do their homework, she's there. Helping arrange stuff around the house, she's there. And even in one scene, I mean, very sexual, she saw that Michel Marone was very stressed out. And then she went on to do some adult-rated acts to calm him down. Now, I don't have to say word for word what she did, but if you're somewhat smart, you can guess what I'm trying to say right now. So basically, the movie, it's all about an AI robot that's there to serve you, and he's like your slave. Now, if that's the case, I'm all for AI, and I feel like that's always going to be the case. I feel like AI is always going to be there to be our bitches, to serve us, and to make our lives easier. Just how cars made our lives easier. We don't have to walk to places. We don't have to ride horses to places or run or whatever. We have cars. It's there to serve us, and it's there to make our lives easier. Same goes for water bottles. We can now hold water, and we don't have to go to a fucking lake and drink water. I don't know. But it's here to make our lives easier. This phone here isn't here to dictate my life. It's here to make my life easier. You name it. It's whatever humans create, it's there to make our lives easier and not to overtake our lives or to make our lives harder. If someone creates something that makes your lives harder, that makes our lives harder, no one's going to buy it. He's not going to get rich. He's not going to make any money, and he's going to go bankrupt, and his product is not going to exist anymore. So, of course, everything, even AI, so that's why all my friends are like, oh my God, they're getting scared. Is AI going to take over? Are they going to take over the human race? Are we going to serve them? It's never going to happen. God willing, knock on wood, it's never going to happen. I feel like AI is always going to be there to serve us, be our bitches, do what we tell them to do, and just be there to serve us. But in the movie, I didn't went on to go, but shit goes sideways. She has a brain malfunction, wiring malfunction, and she fucking goes berserk. But that's not the point. My point is, like I said, AI will always be there to serve us, make our lives easier, and we humans will always be number one. We'll always be the kings of planet Earth. Next topic. Thoughts? Okay, so guys, I don't know if it's true. I saw online that many people are saying that Drake bought his six-pack, that he took a picture and the arms, the chest, the shoulders aren't matching his abs. So that's why people think that he bought his abs. But my point right now, I'm not trying to debate if he bought his abs or if he didn't. But some people do buy their abs. And this is a message for people who buy their abs. If you want abs, put in the effort. Eat less, eat healthier, move more, go to the gym, drink more water, sleep better, have a healthier lifestyle. And if you want abs, if I'm being more specific, you have to be in a caloric deficit. You have to be in a calorie deficit if you want abs. You have to. Just as much as 2 + 2 = 4, being in a calorie deficit. And then if you lose enough layers of fat around your six-pack, if you lose enough layers of fat and you stay in a calorie deficit, you're going to have visible abs. Now, if you want your abs to be bigger, it is protein intake, but it's also you have to work them out. Just like any other muscle, if you want the muscle to be sharper, if you want the muscle to be bigger and stronger and more resistant and more physically fit, you have to work them out. Just like your bicep, you want your bicep to be bigger, you have to do overload, work them constantly, and then have a good protein intake so that you eat a lot of protein so that your muscles can rest and also nourish themselves with protein and then grow. Same goes for abs. But if you want visible abs, don't buy them, because even if you buy them, so you got them without actually putting in the effort. So in a couple of months, you're just going to get back to not having them anymore because you're on the same diet, and the diet you're having right now, which didn't give you a six-pack before you bought one, because your diet isn't good enough for you to have a six-pack. Even if you buy it, you're buying only time. And after like 2-3 months, since you're always going to be on the same diet, you didn't put in any effort in changing your diet or moving more, spending more calories than what you eat, you're going to get back to where you first started off with. So you're going to waste money. Your abs are not going to look natural because they're not going to fit well with your shoulders, your arms, your chest, your biceps, your back, or whatever. It's not going to make sense. So please don't be lazy. If you want a six-pack now, of course, not everyone wants a six-pack. And if I'm being honest, if you want a six-pack, it's really hard to have one. It's like taking on a part-time job because you're constantly thinking about it. Oh, I can't eat this. Oh, what did I eat this morning? What did I eat yesterday? Okay, if I eat this today, I cannot eat this tomorrow. If I'm drinking alcohol on Friday, then Sunday I cannot have a cheat day because I took way too many calories on Friday from alcohol and way too much sugar. Then on Sunday I have to eat healthy. It's like I said, if you want a six-pack, if you want a visible six-pack abs, it's like taking on a part-time job. And of course, it's not only about getting them, it's also about maintaining them. And like I said, it's like putting on a part-time job. So I promote a healthy lifestyle, what makes you feel good. If you feel like you're moving better, if you feel like your sex life is better, you have more sexual drive, you feel like you're more confident, you have more energy, and you just feel good in your body by moving and eating healthier. Even if you don't have a six-pack, that's a win. Like, you're winning in the fitness world. But for people who, for the aesthetic look, they literally want a six-pack, you have to be in a calorie deficit. And if you want them to be bigger, so they pop out more out of your skin once there's no more layers of fat, you have to work them out, just like any other muscle. Okay, so next topic. Thoughts on P. Diddy winning his RICO case. So before I give my thoughts, let me break down the case and everything regarding the case. So it first started off with the arrest and the indictment. On September 16, 2024, Sean Diddy Combs was arrested following a grand jury indictment by the Southern District of New York, citing charges of racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Allegations. Prosecutors accused Combs of orchestrating drug-fueled, non-consensual sexual orgies dubbed freak-offs, involving male escorts and filming participants, while using his business machinery and wealth to facilitate coercion and abuse. Then timeline of the trial. So on May 5th, 2025, jury selection began. May 12th of 2025, opening statements and first witness testimonies commenced. May and June of 2025, over 34 witnesses, including Casey Ventura and another woman called Jane, testified about coerced sexual encounters, abuse, and threats. On June 30th all the way to July 2nd, 2025, after 12 plus hours of deliberation, the jury returned a mixed verdict. Now let's do the verdict breakdown. Not guilty on racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking charges related to Casey Ventura and Jane. He was guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, one involving Ventura, another one involving Jane. These convictions fall under the Mann Act and carry up to 20 years in prison. Prosecutors are seeking a 4 to 5 year sentence, which equals 51 to 63 months. The key testimonies and evidence regarding this case from Casey Ventura, Tony's ex-girlfriend, detailed a history of coercion, drug-fueled freak-offs, violent assault, including a widely viewed 2016 hotel beating. Everyone saw that video. Fucking disgusting. Let me continue. And threats to withhold financial support or release tape unless compliant. Deontay Nash, former stylist, testified about interpersonal drama and alleged infidelity, including an affair between Ventura and NFL player Andre Branch, connecting to Casey's autonomy in the defense's narrative. Physical evidence included surveillance footage of abuse and testimony about Combs, stockpiling of drugs, lubricants, and baby oil used in freak-offs. Public and legal reactions. Defense, led by Mark Agnifilo, argued that all encounters were consensual, part of a swinger lifestyle, and that Casey and Jane willingly participated. Judge's denial of bail. Judge Aaron Subramanian refused bail post-verdict, citing confessed violence by Combs. Third-party commentary. Judge Judy remarked the allegations were comfort challenging. Domestic violence advocates criticized the partial acquittals as potential silencing survivors. Michael B. Jordan was even mentioned during closing arguments to demonstrate Casey's autonomy. Now what's next? Sentencing currently scheduled for October 3rd, 2025. The final length will depend on judicial discretion, likely between 4 to 5 years, unless appeal or other factors intervene. Ongoing, Combs remains detained in Brooklyn and is reportedly participating in in-prison therapy programs. Civil implications. Over 30 related civil lawsuits are still pending. Casey reportedly accepted a $20 million settlement before trial. Media coverage. A Netflix docuseries executive produced by 50 Cent. Side note, 50 Cent fucking hates P. Diddy. I just want to give 50 Cent his flowers because 50 Cent was hating on P. Diddy and hated P. Diddy ever since like the beginning that they met. So like in 2003, he started hating him. Like 22 years before, now everyone hates P. Diddy. So 50 Cent immediately saw that P. Diddy was a piece of shit. And if I might add, he is a piece of shit. He's fucking disgusting human being. 50 Cent immediately saw it. 50 Cent is one of my favorite rappers, a good rapper. He's an amazing personality. He's funny, he's charismatic, he's awesome as a person. And he saw it before anyone else. So 50 Cent, salute. Many men may wish death upon you, but I wish life upon you, bro, because you see everything 10 steps ahead. Salute. So was that it? Yeah. So, like I said, if I'm doing it quickly, my thoughts on Sean Diddy Combs. He's a fucking piece of shit. What else could I say? I mean, I don't know how he didn't get... I guess because in America, like it or not, if you're rich and if you have power and if you have influence, just like Sean Diddy Combs has, you can get away with a lot of fucking stuff. And even though in North America, it's jury selection, so 12 juries of your peers, they have to find you guilty. But out of those 12 people, they are randomly selected. Those 12 people, they're 12 random citizens. Some of them may be stupid. Some of them have no idea what's happening. Some of them can be biased. They all have their own biases, their prejudices, their whatever. So I don't know if that's the best format to have 12 jurors decide if you're guilty or not guilty, and then you have the judge deciding on your sentence. I don't know if that's the best system, but right now in America, that's our system. And I don't know, but like I said, man, Sean Diddy Combs is just a piece of shit. Like, if we're being honest, he's just a piece of shit. And I don't know, man, but that was all. Let's see what's going to happen in October. Still yet to see. But even though he got the not guilty charge for RICO, the other charges that is still ongoing, he can serve up to 20 years in prison. Now, will he serve 20 years? Probably not. He's rich, he's famous, he's powerful, he has many connections. But let's see. It's yet to see. So, I know that Love Island USA is really huge. I don't watch it. I never watched it. I don't really watch reality shows. I don't really give a fuck about reality shows. But I know that it was really fucking huge. And I saw one clip. I think it was on Instagram probably because I don't watch clips on TikTok. I only watch on Instagram. There was a clip of guys on Love Island, participants, twerking. Not women, guys. Big dog, if I'm keeping it straight, that's fucking gay. If you're a guy and I see you twerk on live TV, or if I see you twerk at the club where that happens sometimes, I look at my friends, I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? Big dog, I'm keeping it straight. That's gay. As simple as that. I don't really have to add any more information, but that's gay, bro. You're a guy and you're twerking. And even on live TV, that's even worse because that's going to exist for the rest of your life. It's filmed. People saw you on national television across the world. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they don't see it as something gay. Maybe they just see it as something that's funny. But I could never, man. I'm being honest. I could never, ever, not even in public or privately or behind a camera or in a nightclub where there's no camera but there's still people, or even privately alone at home, I just couldn't do the act. Like, my mind would say, no, you can't do it. That's gay. Like, even if I was alone and I would say, okay, what? I know it's gay, but let me still do it just to see if I'm capable of doing it. I still couldn't. Like, let's say now I can take a knife and cut my arm off, right? I can physically do it. but I cannot physically start flying, right? I cannot physically, even if I wanted to, I cannot start flying. That's what my mind would do if I wanted to start twerking. It wouldn't be like me wanting to cut my arm. It would be like me wanting to fly. Literally impossible. Not, but you know what? You can do it. No, literally fucking possible. But hey, I know Love Island USA is really fucking popular amongst mostly women, but I have some guys, not friends, but some guys that I know that do watch Love Island. I don't know, kind of gay. But yeah, okay, so let's do one thing. Let's rate the women that were on Love Island 2025 USA. So there's Shelly. I'm going to put pictures. So Shelly. Should I put decimals or should I be... Okay, let's do it. Shelly. 7 out of 10. Bella. Bella's good, actually. Bella's really hot. Bella's probably the hottest out of these 5. Bella. 9 point... Low 9 point something, high 8 point something. So like 8.8 to 9.3. Olandria. Olandria is hotter than Shelly, not hotter than Bella. Bella is the hottest one here. Olandria, I would give like a 8. 8 out of 10. She's cute. She's beautiful. Yulissa, I guess like 7.7 out of 10. She's hotter than Shelly. She's not hotter than Olandria. And she definitely isn't hotter than Bella. And the last one, Hada. I know Hada. I saw many videos of her twerking. She twerks well. I know she did many like operations on her face, like her nose and her lips. But if I'm taking it as she is right now, with the operations like her now, that's how it is. And I'm going to be biased because I saw her twerking and she twerks really fucking well. Bro, I'm giving her a 8.2, man. She's not better than Bella. Bella is still better. But just because she twerks so well and she has like this look, she's like better than Olandria, not better than Bella, and she's better than Shelly and Yulissa. Now, I'm not going to rate the guys. That's kind of gay. I mean, I could, but it wouldn't be like, because I'm not a girl and I'm not attracted to guys, so I couldn't really. Okay, next. Okay, Quebec. Listen, now talking about reality shows, okay? Quebec, our reality show, Occupation Double, yes, it's the biggest one in Quebec, but it's shit compared to all the other dating shows there are. And now I'm talking from what I saw from clips and from what my friends tell me and girls that I know, mostly girls that I know, from what they tell me. Quebec's biggest reality show is Occupation Double. From what I saw, it's really boring. There's no drama. There's no spice. There's no spiciness. There's no drama. Reality shows, it's all about the most drama as possible. You want to get 10 people who are fucking sex addicts, who look good, and who just cause and create drama. That's what you get on your reality show. You don't get intellectuals because they're not going to cause drama. You don't get ugly people because no one are going to watch them. And you don't get boring people who don't love to cause drama and who aren't cool. No one's going to watch them. So that's what a reality show is. Occupation Double does the complete opposite. Why? Because they want to appease to the woke crowd, to the far left liberals. They want to appease to them. So they're going to get not the hottest women. They're going to get people who don't create drama and who aren't cool or drama seeking, whatever. But that's not what a reality show is. That's what a talk show is, maybe. That's what going to the church feels like. I don't know, but that's not a fucking reality show. And that's why Quebec's reality show, of course, there's a language barrier. Not everyone speaks French. And not only that, but not everyone who speaks French watches Occupation Double. Only people from Quebec, because in Occupation Double, they speak, yes, French, but more precisely, they speak Québécois. So only people from Quebec watch Occupation Double. But from what I saw, there's a huge gap between Quebec TV, reality TV shows like Occupation Double, and French, American, British, but Americans like number one because they understand everything about entertainment, reality shows, whatever. And like I said, it's all about drama, hot, sexy people, and extroverted people who are a little bit mentally unstable, if we're being honest. That's what a reality show is like. And if you want views, that's what you need, man. Okay, next topic. What should I do for this next topic? Let's do... Okay, yeah. The hype regarding... I can do this one quickly. I mean, recently there's a big hype regarding Diet Coke and Coke Zero. And the reason why is, first of all, 0 calories. Yes, the drink isn't healthy. There's a lot of aspartame, which is lab-made sugar. So it's really unhealthy for your body, but still it's 0 calories. And like it or not, there's caffeine in Diet Coke, Coke Zero. So it gives you like a little bit of a caffeine hit, caffeine boost. And there's 0 calories. I drink a lot of Diet Cokes, like 1 Diet Coke almost every day. And why? First of all, it tastes fucking good. Yes, aspartame really is bad for you and there's many chemicals in it, but it's still 0 calories. Like my diet is pretty good. So I'm like, you know what? My diet isn't perfect. It's never going to be perfect. So who cares? I'm going to take a fucking Diet Coke. It's not going to kill me. I don't smoke. I don't take drugs. I rarely drink alcohol. And I'm like, I eat like 70% of my food, 80% of my food is really healthy. So I'm like, nothing's going to happen if I have a Diet Coke. Plus, I'm young and I'm very physically active in the gym with soccer, with doing 10,000 steps every single day. I'm really physically active. So I'm like, fuck it. But that's the hype regarding Diet Coke nowadays and Coke Zero. 0 calories. It cuts your appetite. There's caffeine in it. And it tastes good. Some people hate the taste. I fucking love the taste. And I know some people who also love the taste. I prefer the taste of Diet Coke than normal Coke. I feel like normal Coke has a bit too much sugar in the taste. And I don't like when things are too sugary, taste too sugary. And I feel like Diet Coke has the perfect amount. So that's all the hype regarding Diet Coke, Coke Zero, and whatever. Let's see. Yeah, let's do some more topics. Like maybe two more topics. You know what? Let's do one last topic. Yeah, I'm going to do one last topic and we're going to end it there. So recently, Elon Musk on Twitter wrote, and I'm quoting him, I'm citing him right now. He said, AI is potentially more dangerous than nukes. Elon Musk is a fucking genius. He's probably one of the biggest tech geniuses we have right now on planet Earth. If not the biggest tech genius on planet Earth regarding technology and everything. And what he said, I agree. Now, if I think rationally about it, AI is just getting better and better, and it's so exponential, just like social media and the internet. It's so fucking exponential, and it's just gonna get crazier and crazier and better and bigger, and bigger and bigger. And also with nukes, the thing is, there's like 9 or 10 countries that have nukes. So like France, Germany, England, USA, Russia, China, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan and India. Those 9 countries have nuclear weapons. So America can't send nukes to Russia because Russia has nukes, so Russia will only send nukes back. America cannot send nukes to China because if they send nukes, China will only send nukes back. Also, North Korea also has nuclear weapons. North Korea, I forgot about them. So nukes are like somehow, yes, they're the most destructive thing we have on planet Earth, the most destructive object, however you call it. But since circumstances dictate that they cannot get used because all the biggest powers on planet Earth possess them, so America cannot use them against China or against Taiwan because China can use them against America if they want to. So it like levels the playing field, and it most definitely makes sure that big powers, that the biggest countries with nuclear weapons cannot use them, because if they use them, the other countries just going to shoot back. So they can't use them. So somehow, like, yes, they exist, but somehow it's like they're nerfed because they're so powerful and because other people have them, that it works countersense and they cannot get used. Because, like I said, you cannot use them. So that's why I understand why he said that AI is more dangerous than nukes. Now, he knows AI way better than I do, way better. He's in it, and he's one of the biggest components and biggest creators of it right now. And he's so deep into it, so he knows everything about it. He knows even information about it that even if I wanted to know, to acquire that information, I couldn't because it's just not available to the public yet. So he knows way more. But if I'm thinking about it rationally, I agree because, and the reason why I agree is because nukes cannot get used. Now, if only one country possessed nukes, let's say only America possessed nukes, then maybe I would disagree. But then also maybe he wouldn't make the statement, because if only America possessed nukes, America would be doing whatever the fuck they want. Like even now, they're the strongest nation on planet Earth, and they basically almost do whatever they want to fucking do, but they have many restraints. Like they cannot invade Russia because Russia, they just can't, because Russia are way too powerful. They cannot invade all the other countries with nuclear weapons. And even with countries who don't have nuclear weapons, like it's really hard to invade a country. It's way easier to defend your homeland than to invade. It's way easier. America against Vietnam in the 60s, America got fucking dominated, they got fucking killed. America for the past 20 years, they're in Afghanistan and Iraq, and they can't do shit against Talibans who wear fucking sandals, no body armor, and they have fucking only Kalashnikovs, AK-47, nothing else. They still can't do nothing, because to conquer a territory thousands of miles away from your home, your family, whatever, it's basically impossible. That's why it's never going to happen. But to get back to my main argument, if only one country on planet Earth had nuclear weapons, let's say America, then it would be more powerful than AI. But since like 10 countries on planet Earth have nuclear weapons, the nuclear weapons get nerfed, and their damage and their possibility of getting used gets nerfed. It's impossible because there's many countries with it. So that's why I agree with the statement. But like I said, if only one country had nukes, like America or just Russia or just China, then nukes would have been the most powerful tool on planet fucking Earth. So that was it, guys, for reality check number 18. Peace out.